Hi, we are here for Therapeutic Thursday.
Hi, we are here for Therapeutic Thursday.
And we are here for Therapeutic Thursday.
Hi, we are here for Therapeutic Thursdays, and today we're going to just talk about the different types of abuse. I know a lot of times when people hear the word abuse, we automatically think that abuse is derived towards physical abuse. Well, physical abuse is one of the types of abuse, and that's the more prevalent one, but you also deal with so many other different type of abuse that I think we kind of look over those types just because it's not really talked about a lot. And to be quite honest, Chloe's in the background, she wants to be heard. But to be quite honest, a lot of the other type of abuse really has a long-lasting effect on it as well. A lot of times physical abuse, you have that physical contact, and your body endures some type of pain or some type of ailment from your physical abuse. And even with your physical abuse, a lot of times it's tied to like emotional abuse or verbal. So a lot of those things kind of go hand in hand. So, of course, physical abuse is the first type of abuse. And it pretty much involves like violence or threats of violence. Hitting, punching, kicking, hair pulling, physical harm, using objects, weapons, physical restraint, preventing a partner from eating or sleeping, and then threatening to repeat physical harm. So you have a lot of people that experience that as well. A lot of the physical abuse you hear about in like domestic violence situations, whether it be between partners or family members. And physical abuse can also cause you to go into depression or deal with other emotional abuse from it. A lot of times when people endure physical abuse, they do experience a lot of those other symptoms as well from their abuse. So physical abuse is like the number one. That's the number one that you'll always hear. Like somebody will always revert back to that when they mention abuse. That'll be like the first thing that they think of. But the kicker is a lot of people think that physical abuse is the only thing that could really cause a lot of harm. So they sometimes feel like, well, you're not getting beat up. We don't see you with black eyes. We don't see you with bruises. But what about the people who have the bruises on the inside? Because those do actually occur. What about emotional and psychological abuse? Let's talk about that one. And that includes like insults, threats, isolation, extreme jealousy, and like other controlling behaviors. So a way that you basically put this emotional and psychological abuse onto someone else, a lot of people do it by name calling, belittling, humiliation, yelling, screaming, controlling what a partner does, what they wear, how they do things, when they do it, isolation from family and friends, telling them they can't interact with this person or that person. And another one is like, I hear this a lot with some of my clients. They have some partners that sometimes you have a partner that'll threaten to kill themselves if you leave them. So that alone is psychological abuse, because now it's like they're strong arming you to be in a relationship that you don't want to be in, but you're willing to continue to be in that relationship because you're in fear of them harming themselves. So now they're abusing you and they're not even putting their hands on you, but you're enduring abuse. When you have people that are threatening to kill a partner, their loved ones, or like their pets, or destroying things that belong to them just in order to keep you in a relationship. Again, that's psychological abuse. Even though they aren't actually putting their hands on you or causing physical harm, they're being manipulative and they getting up here. And once somebody gets you up here, you're gonna have a harder time doing away with trying to recuperate from them being up here versus them causing some physical harm. When they destroy things that's important to you, like if you have something that's like a family keepsake, or something that you really value, and they destroy it because they know that that'll hurt you. So that alone is psychological abuse. When a person says, well, I'm not gonna do this or I'm not gonna do that, and they do it in hopes that it'll make you angry or it'll make you do whatever it is that they want you to do. Now they playing mind games. So that's what emotional and psychological abuse is. And I know like a lot of people deal with that. And even though you may say, oh, this is what he does or this is what she does, and she just does that because she wants me to do this, or he does that because he wants me to do that, it's still abuse. Like, you're being abused, and it's something that they're trying to hold you bound with. Like, they're trying to basically like strong arm you to be in something that you don't want to be in, or make you interact with someone who you don't want to interact with. So the next one is sexual abuse. And we all know about this one. This is one that is, unfortunately, it's a popular one as well. And that's unwanted sexual contact, or forcing yourself on someone. I would say there are so many studies that are done, and when I read these studies and I look into it, it's really sad, because I would say about in every 5 to 10 females, at least about 4 to 5 or maybe even 6 have been sexually abused, whether it was as a child or whether it was in their adulthood. They've been sexually abused. So now you're looking at the population and seeing how much we experience this sexual abuse. And a lot of times it's from people who we are like family members or family friends or friends. A lot of times it's with these individuals. So with that being said, parents, please make sure that you're aware of the people that you're allowing around your kids, whether they're boys or girls, because you never know. Make sure that you're aware of even family members. Not just saying that it is somebody outside of the family. Like, a lot of times it's people who you know, people who you trust, because those are the only people that you allow to get that close. So pay attention to that. Try to be proactive. Try to be on top of it. Not saying that if it happens, it's your fault, but let's try to be more conscious about who we allow around our kids, and let's try to be more attentive about judging who we allow to be around our kids and who we allow our kids to be around. Sexual abuse includes like persistent unwanted comments about a partner's body or sexuality, unwanted kissing or touching, threatening or coercing someone into a sexual activity, rape or attempted rape. Because a lot of times, a lot of people don't get raped. someone attempts to rape them, but it still bothers them. It still becomes something that they can't get out of their mind. Not everybody who deals with sexual abuse or like has depression or some type of symptom from the sexual abuse, a lot of times they aren't raped, like the rape doesn't occur, but it's attempted. So it has them to the point like, how can you get that out of your head? Somebody trying to force themselves on you. And a lot of times when we have kids that deal with that, imagine a child dealing with that but not understanding why you can't get that image out of your head, or why you aren't able to focus, or why you don't want to do this, why this feels this way, why are you angry all the time. Like, imagine a child that has to deal with all of that. It's hard for an adult, so imagine a child. So the other type of abuse we have is digital abuse. So this is constantly demanding to look through partner's phone, monitoring emails, texts, posting hurtful information or pictures on social media, or sending threatening texts or emails. So a lot of people do this. A lot of times we run into things and we have altercations with people, and we feel like social media is the place to, how should I say it, blast them, or just allow everything to just be said on social media, because we just feel like that's a way to kind of vent. No, it's abuse. And a lot of times it can get you in trouble. A lot of times when you can deform someone's character, because, not saying what you're saying isn't true, but why does the social media have to be the platform that you like air all of that on? So that's what you call digital abuse. Financial abuse. Using money to manipulate and control your partner. Now, I know a lot of people may experience that when you have someone that's in a relationship and they're kind of like the breadwinner. So they don't want you to do certain things, so they use their finances to maybe manipulate and get you to act in whatever manner that they want you to act, or do whatever it is that they want you to do. That's something that a lot of women deal with. Not saying men don't deal with it too, but I know that's something that a lot of women deal with. Stalking. And you know what that is. Just a pattern of following, monitoring, harassing someone, causing them to fear for their safety. So all of those things are different types of abuses. I hope that this was helpful, because I know a lot of people, like, we know about the physical abuse, but a lot of the other types of abuse that I have covered today, I don't know if everyone has been enlightened by that. So I hope that this is helpful. And if you or anyone you know happens to be dealing with any of the things that I covered today, I would say seek help. And as always, you can inbox me for any type of resources. If you need to be linked to a therapist, of course, I'm here to help. And that's all I have today on Therapeutic Thursdays. Bye.
Therapeutic Thursday.